This episode's brought to you by Basic Bitches Everywhere. Hey, welcome to Happiness Bar, where my goal is to share cocktails, content, and happiness. It's a little rainy here tonight, guys, so hopefully the rain does not mess up the audio here too much. It is a super cozy evening here, and the perfect evening to be making the Espresso Martini. All right, so the build for our Espresso Martini is 1.5 ounces of vodka, 3/4 ounces of Borghetti Espresso Liqueur, 1 ounce of espresso, a 1/2 ounce of half and half, and 1/4 ounce of Demerara syrup. That's shaken, that's double strained, that's served up in a coupe glass, and that's garnished with 3 espresso beans, symbol of health, wealth, and happiness. The traditional OG Espresso Martini garnish, baby. Look, I know you've probably had 1,000 Espresso Martinis. I'm sure you've probably made 1,000 Espresso Martinis, but I want to show you the recipe that I like to use because I have not found a better build for an Espresso Martini that is more balanced, of creamy, sweet, bitter. It's the perfect ratios for this drink, so I want to share it with you. And it's a pretty easy recipe to make. All we got to do is make some Demerara syrup and make some espresso. So let's jump into our prep work. So the tools we're gonna need for our prep work today. You're gonna need a kitchen scale. You're gonna need a pot. You're gonna need an espresso machine or a bialotti press, something that you can make espresso in. You're gonna need some storage containers. And you're gonna need a bar spoon or something you can stir with. All right, guys, so we've done it a bunch of times before. We're gonna make a Demerara syrup. I'm gonna go through it real quick with you. If you need more in-depth instructions, check out my Bar Essentials playlist for the Demerara syrup. So let's jump right in to Demerara syrup. Grab our kitchen scale, turn it on, throw our container on the scale, and zero out that scale. Want to weigh out 250 grams of Demerara sugar. All right, 250 grams Demerara sugar into our pot. Place the container back on the scale, make sure that's zeroed out. Next, we're gonna weigh out 250 grams of water. All right, 250 grams of water into the pot. All right, we got our ingredients in the pot. Let's kick our burner on to a medium-high heat. Get that rolling, grab our bar spoon. We're gonna give that a little stir. Bring that up to a boil. Once all the sugar's dissolved, our syrup's ready to go. While our Demerara syrup is going, guys, let's get our espresso. I don't know what espresso machine you have at home. I'm sure you know how to make espresso in whatever your machine is. I personally love the bialotti press. To a nice, rich espresso. I use the Cafe Bustelo, man. I love the Cafe Bustelo, honestly. Sure, you always have enough espresso in your espresso maker, guys. You don't want a weak espresso. Nothing worse than a weak espresso. All right, my Demerara syrup's going. I'm gonna run inside real quick. I'm gonna get this on my stovetop so I can just kill 2 birds with 1 stone here. All right, guys, I got our espresso made. I'm gonna set that to the side for the moment. Our Demerara syrup is also done. I'm gonna grab a container. And we're just gonna pour Demerara syrup into our storage container. Boom. Throw a lid on that bad boy. And as always, guys, make sure you label and date. Shelf life on that Demerara syrup is up to 2 weeks refrigerated. All right, that's it for the prep today, guys. Pretty easy, right? Let's jump into making our Espresso Martini. All right, guys, so I went ahead and put my Demerara syrup in this cheater bottle here. Just to make it easier for pouring. We got our pour spouts on our bottles. Espresso Martini. Now I know there's no citrus in this cocktail. This is one of those exceptions to the rules. We're still gonna shake this cocktail because there is a cream element in this and we wanna get it nice and frothy. Stirring this just wouldn't work out. I'm sure there could be a cool stirred Espresso Martini out there. This recipe would not work for us. So we are gonna start with the small side of our shaker tin and we're gonna need our jigger. We're also gonna need our glassware. Now, as always, we want to start with our cheapest ingredients, most expensive ingredients, so if we fuck up, we don't ruin the good stuff. Exception to that, the cream we are going to put in last. The reason why, if you add liquor to cream, the cream will curdle. If you add cream to liquor, the cream won't curdle. So we're going to put the cream in last. The build for our Espresso Martini. We got our 1/4 ounce Demerara syrup, 1 whole ounce of our espresso. Careful, if your espresso is still hot, you don't burn yourself. 3/4 ounce of our Borghetti. And 1.5 ounces of our vodka. And lastly, a ½ ounce of our half and half. Let's grab the large side of our shaker tin and let's ice our tin. Remember, ice all the way to the top of the short side of the shaker tin. All right, let's seal her up. And shake for 12 seconds as always. "12 seconds, crack that tin. 1, 2, 3 tries. All right, I know there's no citrus in this, but it is a shaken cocktail, so we're still gonna double strain. Grab our Hawthorne strainer and our basket strainer. Look at the frothiness on that. Oh yeah, that is pretty. And lastly, for garnish, I'm gonna grab 3, say it with me, 3 espresso beans. Health, wealth, and happiness. That's the traditional garnish on the Espresso Martini there, guys. All right, there we have it, guys, the Espresso Martini. Let's taste. Definitely get the espresso right off the bat, of course. Yo, super rich, nice and creamy. Got so much froth on it from that shake. Not too sweet at all. You get a lot of the bitter notes, the bitterness from the espresso, the bitter and sweet balance of the Borghetti to get a little more of those deep, rich those deep, rich espresso notes. Excuse me. Demerara, you know, brings in that little bit of sweetness, those mapley notes, those darker notes. Can't beat a good espresso martini. You know, it's a fan favorite for a reason. They're too good. Good in the morning, good in the evening, good in the afternoon. Yo, so tasty, so rich. I gotta go make one of these for my wife, otherwise she can be real mad at me. So cheers, guys, to health, wealth, and happiness. I hope you all enjoyed the recipe. Maybe you made it along with me. Maybe you're writing it down, saving it for a later date. Either way, guys, let me know how you're liking everything in the comments. And as always, become a regular somewhere. Become a regular at your local watering hole. It's the best way to support local business. And become a regular here at Happiness Bar by liking, commenting, subscribing. Hit that bell if you want notifications. We got cocktail videos coming out every Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern, to get you ready for the weekend. Stay happy, everyone. All right, that's a wrap. I guess pretty short episode. Be up all night after drinking these. Yeah.